So I woke up today and realized on my video, Reddit is technology, I got my first dislike. So naturally, I decided to play Mad World really loud and cry myself in the shower. Cry to myself in the shower, rather. I was so heartbroken, I considered institutionalizing myself so that way I could drink pills all day. This hurt more than when my dog ran away, so whoever it was that disliked my video, I hope you know you hurt me bad. You hurt me so bad. But speaking of people disliking things and laughing at other people, it leads me into my first post of the day. Teenage girls were laughing at me at the gym, and I feel depressed now. Same, buddy. Same. I'm so depressed that I'm going to go buy a bottle of Jack Daniels and finish it by the end of the night. Just kidding. That's a joke. I'm a recovering alcoholic, so I can't drink like that anymore. But this guy goes, I finally started working out consistently again. I've been going for about 3 months now. I saw these young girls looking at me, then laughing to themselves. Oh no. It only got worse because my headphones died so I could hear them snickering more. Everyone there is so nice. This has been my first experience of being not so secretly bullied. I just heard them say he looks like, trailed off. Then the other girls laughed and said, you should tell him that. I feel too old to be so self-conscious and easily hurt, but I am. Why are people mean, let alone mean out loud? Listen, man, they're just trying to make themselves feel better because of their crappy lives. They just got to put other people down and make themselves feel good. Still crying about that dislike, man. Not really. Dude, this is why I say kids are mean, man. There's just no empathy. They don't really realize what they're saying. You know what I mean? It's just, oh, I think this will make my friends laugh. They probably didn't mean anything by it, but it's just like I said, man. Kids are just mean. Hey, man, next time they make you feel uncomfortable, just make them feel uncomfortable back. Just stare at them. And don't blink when you make eye contact. You just keep staring until they leave. No, but on some real stuff right now, if you go and laugh at people at the gym, man, you're a special kind of low life. Like on some real shit, man. Anyways, this next guy, I don't even know what to make of this. So basically, I didn't screenshot the post itself, but it's an exchange of text messages between two friends, and one is offering to let the other friend borrow a 3 Days Grace album, and he's worried that the album has demons on it. So it goes, still on the fence about 3 Days Grace. The reply, you are delusional. Is it delusional to believe in demons? 100%. You believe in ghosts, not demons? Fuck no. Neither. Life isn't a Goosebumps book. Dang. Look, man, as someone that believes in ghosts and demons, I'd be a little bit hurt. Just a little bit. But I get it. Like I don't necessarily think that like you listening to an album is gonna invite demons into your life or anything like that. I don't think, like, if anything, right, like just to go on this woo-woo ghosts are real thing, right? Which I personally believe. One of my favorites back in the day was Lil Uzi Vert. And there was the whole thing about Lucifer, Lil Uzi Vert, Lucifer. I've never had demons or bad things happen to me after listening to his music. So I don't think that there's any sort of like music that you can listen to where you listen to it and all of a sudden your soul is sold to the devil or whatever. So, but at the same time, if someone doesn't want to borrow your CD, and they say because of demons, and you don't agree with it, you could just leave it be. They go on and say, do friends let friends go against their conscience and their beliefs? Question mark. The reply is, if their conscience is telling them demons are real, yes. Bro, this guy is so pragmatic. He got absolutely no respect for his friend, dog. Even if he's right and demons and ghosts aren't real, which, that's, it's kind of like religion, If you believe in God, then cool. If you don't, then cool. Whatever, right? You don't have to get into all that. Is it so wrong to not want to mess with things that have been studied for thousands of years before the Travel Channel came along and snorted some of that dark energy? God. Why? Because of the ghost adventures and stuff? All right, this guy is a little bit unhinged, a little crazy. Or not unhinged, but just crazy. Like, he didn't have to go all Travel Channel and 1,000 years of studying and stuff. He's just like, look, man, I'm just not comfortable with it. That's it. That's it. I don't understand why this is such a big deal. So the response is, do you really think there's a demon inside my 3 Days Grace CD? Like I said, man, let's just play along. If there is a demon on the CD, it'd have to be a demon that would find the CD and attach to it. You know what I mean? At least from what I've watched and stuff of like ghost hunters and all that stuff, whether you believe it's got to attach to an item. You know what I mean? It's not gonna it's not like you're gonna play the song and then all of a sudden, a pentagram forms under your feet and you get your soul sucked out of you right then and there. So, I mean, it just seems like two very opinionated people having an argument. Maybe they're just not good as friends, man. Moving on. Am I the a-hole for ordering a pizza at my friend's wedding because there was no food? Apologies if my reading of this is messed up, but it's all just one giant paragraph, basically, so please just cut me a little bit of slack. But the post reads, me and my wife were invited to my friend's wedding. The wedding was going to be about 70 people with mostly family. When we got there, we were seated at a table with some other people. Nice people. And we mingled well and had a good time chatting. The wedding was also quite nice. Both my friend and his new wife were very happy. After the ceremony, every table got 2 bottles of wine, bread and butter, and there also was an open bar. So we started to have a few drinks. Then the food came out. It looked really good. The food was set up for buffet. I was half buzzed and looking forward to getting some food in my belly. I felt that, man. I get the munchies anytime I consume whatever substance, except for, I don't even know if I can say that, but it's the happy pill that people like to take at raves. Yeah, that as well as psychedelics. Those things did not necessarily make me hungry, and in fact, I think that kind of killed my appetite. But anything else, I get the munchies. So when it was time to eat, every few tables at a time were going to get called, which is fine. The first few tables that were called were understandably the family of both sides, then the rest were. The problem was that the family members, his in-laws, are larger people. Now, I don't shame people for how much they eat, but I noticed the helpings of food they had while I was patiently waiting for us to be called. I also noticed that they went for seconds before all the tables were called, and no one stopped them. Okay, yeah, you gotta kind of get a handle on that, man. Not this person, but whoever's wedding that is, because everybody got to eat first, then you get seconds. That's just common courtesy. I didn't say anything, though. I thought that was rude. I just assumed that there was just a lot of food. To my surprise, by the time we were called, there was nothing left. I asked if there was more coming out, and apparently that already occurred. So we grabbed the little that we could and went back to sit down and ate the scarps. I think he meant scraps. We were all still pretty hungry and a bit off, so we kind of bash talked that the first few tables ate all the food. Someone mentioned that they could go get some pizza, and then I had the drunken idea of ordering some. Lol. So that is what we did. We all pitched in and ordered 4 large pizzas and some chicken wings from a local pizza joint close to the venue, so it didn't take long to be delivered. I met the guy outside and brought the food to our table. And we started to eat. Some of the other tables noticed and asked where the pizza came from. Apparently, some of the other tables close to ours didn't get any food either. So we shared with them. Hey, man, that's nice, man. You actually saved this guy's wedding. So I don't know what's coming next, but they should have given you like a cape or a ring or something. You should have got something out of this, man. You saved their wedding. Whatever the opposite of a wedding crasher is, that's what this guy is. This caused some commotion because other people were looking for and asking the wedding party if there was pizza available. I guess there were others that didn't get to eat either. We did share with anyone who asked us. My friend came to talk to me about why I ordered the food. His bride was not happy about it because it ruined the aesthetics. Maybe or maybe just get some more food next time. Like, you know your family eats a lot. Get some more food next time, or make sure there's seconds first. You know, it's ruining the aesthetic. Or you could just go tell the photographer, "Hey man, don't get pictures with the pizza boxes in it." Wow, that was so hard. So I told him that we didn't get to eat and that the food ran out long before our table was called, and we were really hungry. He then asked why we didn't step out and eat then come back. Though annoyed about that, I respectively, is that a word? Respectively, explained to him that we were all drinking on an empty stomach and that it probably wasn't the best idea to have drunk people walking around looking for food. Yeah, I mean, what kind of crap is that? He's like, leave and come back. If there's no food, you should have just left and come back. No, we were told that we were going to eat here, so that's what we're going to do. Is your word your bond? Is your word gold? If your word don't mean crap, then I'm out of here. Well, not exactly, but I don't think he liked that, but went back to his bride who was glaring at us like, what were we supposed to do? Starve? This wasn't the end, though. Oh man, there was more? As we finished eating, one of the in laws came to our table and he asked where the pizza came from. This is where I may be the a hole. There were two slices left. I knew he was eyeing them. I asked the other people at the table if they wanted one. Everyone declined. The guy then said he'd have one. I then took the two slices. I put them on my plate and started to eat them. Then looked at him and said something like, "No, you and everyone at your tables had way more than your fair share of the buffet and ate all of it. This is the reason we ordered the food in the first place, and now you have the nerve to ask us to share." Whew. You know, I don't blame him for, like, it's not this guy's fault that came up and asked for the pizza that all the food was gone. It's not his fault particularly, but I don't blame this guy for going off on someone. He's like, "Oh crap, I was told I was going to eat. Now all the food's gone. I guess I'll remedy this by ordering pizza and then everyone else can eat too. Oh, it made the couple mad. Oh, it made one of the in-laws mad. Well, I've had enough. Time to let loose." It seems like a pretty standard sequence of events, if you ask me. His face went red and he returned to his table. There was a lot of discussion going on there. They were all looking back at us with daggers. The bride looked even more ticked off at us. She had a bit of an argument with my friend. He eventually came back to tell us we had to leave. I didn't mean to start any problems, so me and my wife called a cab and left. He called me a few days later and we had a long talk. I explained my perspective and he agreed that his in-laws were really rude for eating all the food and leaving most of the other guests with very little. A lot of people actually complained to him about it. Everyone was drinking thinking that there would be food and they were disappointed. Well, big shock. What? He was upset with his in-laws because he had told them how many guests there would be and to order the food for that many people. He also saw how much they were taking but assumed they ordered enough. He was wrong. He brought this up with his wife and she said that apparently because the in-laws paid for the alcohol and the food, they felt entitled to eat what they wanted. She was really mad at them and reamed them out for tainting her special day. He also said a lot of the other non-family guests started to leave soon after we left because they were too hungry. They still had fun celebrating, but it did kind of put a downer on their special day. Out of 70 people, about 30 left. I also found out that guy that came to our table was his father-in-law. Father-in-law was really embarrassed by what I said to him. He felt pretty bad when he found out close to half the guests didn't get to eat anything and left early. So am I the a-hole? No. Like, I know a lot of this stuff happened just because they were drinking, you know, low inhibition, whatever. But like, this dude literally saved this guy's wedding, or was trying to, so that way everyone else didn't have to go hungry. And he was vilified for trying to save this guy's wedding Really, it was just so he could eat. But he was gonna save the wedding. If you would have just let him. I mean, half the people couldn't eat, man. I mean, that's kind of on them. I don't understand why you would be mad about that. Hey, I fixed your problem. I didn't ask for it. Anyways. All right, this next one is one of those moments where you're like, you get what you fucking deserve. Am I the a-hole for poisoning my roommate? Now, when I read that, man, I was thinking that maybe their roommate was a vegetarian and they cooked the vegetarian a burger or something on accident, gave them the regular meat instead of the impossible meat, which, by the way, they need to bring back Beyond Beef because that was way better than the impossible. I'm just saying. The post goes, I have a roommate, Ray, in a small apartment at our university. Ray has a habit of taking my food from the fridge and eating all of it without telling me. Oh my God, bro. That's horrible. Unless I confront her, she will not admit to eating the food, and every time she gives me a half-hearted apology and says she was gonna ask but didn't think I'd mind. I work 2 jobs to pay for school and am financially independent from my family since I turned 18. Ray is fully supported financially and our whole tuition, rent, and groceries are covered for by her family. I asked her not to because the food is expensive, and if she wants to split groceries, I'm open to it, but she said no. Jeez. Man, your roommate's spoiled. Ray, that girl's spoiled. Didn't think you would mind. Dude, so it's like, I don't know if any of y'all had this experience, but if you're ever on a diet and you live at home with the family and you buy your separate groceries, I was trying to do that for like a month or so. So I went to the Walmart and got myself a whole drawer full of low carb things that I could eat, right? That was gone in a week because I was trying to tell everybody, hey, I'm trying to do low carb, so I can't eat what y'all eat. So this is my food. They didn't listen. And I get it, when you're at home and stuff, you kind of just open the fridge and you see what's there and you eat it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I get it, but it's like once that boundary is set, don't cross it. The post goes on, in my state, marijuana is decriminalized in my state. That is very dope. This is a society. And I often take edibles or THC drops to relax and help me sleep. I made vanilla pudding with the pudding jelly packets and decided I'd put some THC oil in it to have a little midnight snack and have a small high. I don't know the exact mg I added, but when I play around with something like that, I usually eat a small amount, wait around 30 minutes, see if the high is hitting, and eat a little more if it's not strong enough, or go to bed if it's the right amount. I ate 1 spoonful, and after waiting, I felt the effects and knew it was time to cozy up with a good movie and some popcorn, and then fell asleep. I made the pudding in one of my Tupperware containers, and since Ray never buys, nor have I seen her eat pudding, I put the container in my section of the fridge and didn't think anything of it. The next morning, I wake up to go to class, then come home after my day is finished. I go to the fridge to get my pudding, and I see the container only has about 1 scoop left in the entire thing. Oh my God. Man, I can't even blame you, man. Like, honestly, even if that wasn't an accident, I still don't blame you. Hell, I probably would have done it on purpose. Make a big thing and not label it with THC or something like that, and then let my roommate eat it. Like, show you're spoiled then, not to with other people's shit. I'm cursing way too much in this video. It's gonna be a pain in the neck to edit. Not really, but the post goes on. Immediately, I know Ray must have ate it. Ray does not partake in any THC or CBD and says she never will because she's scared of it and fears the effects. I call her immediately and ask where she was. She was walking to class, and I told her to come home as soon as possible and explain that pudding she ate has THC in it and she needs to be home when it hits, if it hasn't already. She completely freaks out and asks me what my problem is and how I'm an irresponsible pothead who tried to poison her. Bruh, what? What kind of overreaction is that? You went and invaded your friend's food after she told you not to, and you're mad? Bruh, make it make sense. Jeez. I can't even formulate thoughts right now. This has me so, I don't know. Words. It has me words. I tell her to just lay down, and I get her a huge cup of water and tell her I'll make some mac and cheese and order a pizza for us so she can ride that high out and let me help her through it. She tells me to go F myself and that she's missing a class because of my stupidity. Dude, what? What kind of blame game trash is this? What? Because of our stupidity. Oh my God, dude. Imagine blaming your own negligence on someone else's stupidity. Jesus. I let her storm off and go in her room to do I don't know what, but now I'm feeling guilty. I don't think I'm at fault here, and it was my food in my section with my Tupperware. So I don't see a reason to need to warn her or label it as THC. We haven't spoken in about a week, and she's been staying with her boyfriend for the most part. I've apologized, but I don't feel like I'm in the wrong, so am I the a-hole? No, what? Listen here, folks. If you're already asking yourself if you're the a-hole, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not. I wouldn't have apologized. I would have been like, that's what you get. You get what you deserve, man. But yeah. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. And I will catch y'all on the flip side. Do the thing that other YouTubers tell you to do at the end of their video. If you got a specific subreddit you want me to look at, be sure to leave a comment. Appreciate you. And for the second time, I'll catch you later.